WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 5:30.
Right now at 5:30, the Catholic Church has a new pope, and he's already made history. Plus, a new report sheds light on how a U.S. Marine from West Michigan died last year. And scientists say the city of Detroit is losing ground, literally. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Siobhan Klepfer. Let's start the clock on our first 6 minutes of news. And we begin tonight at the Vatican, where the first U.S. Pope in history was just named. Cardinal Robert Prevost is a Chicago native and will now be known as Pope Leo XIV. He spent a large part of his career leading Catholics in Peru before taking over the Vatican's Office of Bishops. In his first words as Pope today, the 69-year-old said, "Peace be with you," and spoke of dialogue and welcoming everyone into the church. Back here in Michigan, new details on a deadly helicopter crash last year that killed 5 Marines, including Michigan's Captain Miguel Nava. U.S. military investigators say pilot error is to blame. The 3rd Marine Aircraft Wing announced that the pilot failed to maintain safe obstacle clearance and visibility requirements when the helicopter crashed in Southern California. Nava grew up in Comstock Park and graduated from Comstock Park High School in 2013. A 26-year-old man faces up to 10 years in prison when he's sentenced this summer after a jury found him guilty of illegally importing, possessing, and transferring machine guns. U.S. attorneys say Chase Farmer of St. Clair Shores did not have a license to import firearms, but placed 4 orders on a no longer active Russian website for machine gun conversion devices like Glock switches.
Hello. Just to be clear for everyone seeing this, I am a version of Chris Pelkey recreated through AI that uses my picture and my voice profile.
Well, this man is dead. He was killed in a road rage incident in 2021 in Arizona. The video was created by his family and shown at the sentencing of the man convicted of killing him in that case. In it, Chris Pelkey talks about his life, God, and the future he will not have. The man who killed Pelkey is serving just over 10 years in prison. A Mississippi man accused of stalking actress Jennifer Aniston and crashing his car through the front gate of her home appeared in court today. Prosecutors say Jimmy Carwile repeatedly harassed Aniston for the past 2 months, sending the actress unwanted social media, voicemail, and email messages. The situation escalated Monday when authorities say Carwile rammed his car into the gates of Aniston's California home while she was inside. Armed security guards detained Carwile until police arrived.
You're not to have any contact with Jennifer Aniston under any conditions. You're to stay 100 yards away from her residence. You're to stay away. You're not to have any firearms of any kind, any handguns, rifles, shotguns, knives, machetes, things of that nature.
The judge ended up suspending Carwile's hearing because of questions about his mental competency. His case was transferred to a mental health court. Looking at global news now, at least 1 person was killed and 8 were injured when the Israeli military hit targets in southern Lebanon today. That's according to the Lebanese Health Ministry. Israel says it bombed infrastructure belonging to the Hezbollah militant group. Israeli strikes killed more than 4,000 people in Lebanon since the war started. And India sent attack drones into Pakistan today, killing at least 2 people. At the same time, India is accusing Pakistan of attempting an attack. India acknowledged that it targeted Pakistan's air defense system, and Islamabad said it shot down several of the drones. The exchanges came a day after Indian missiles struck several locations in Pakistan, killing 31 civilians, according to Pakistani officials. Gunmen killed more than 24 people, mostly Hindu tourists, in India-controlled Kashmir last month. Back here in the Great Lakes State, Democratic State Senator Jeremy Moss announced today that he is running for Michigan's 11th congressional district in 2026. That seat is now held by another Democrat, Haley Stevens, who is now running for the United States Senate. Moss is from Oakland County and is an MSU graduate. He was the first openly gay person elected to the State House in 2018 and was elected to the State Senate just this year. New data from the Michigan Department of Corrections shows the state's prison population is declining. There were almost 33,000 people incarcerated in Michigan last year. That's a 36% decline from a peak of almost 52,000 people in 2007. The report also says arrests across the state have gone down as well. The MDOC says it costs a little less than $50,000 per year for each inmate in prison. Detroit is sinking. And it's not alone. New research found New York, Dallas, Seattle, and 25 other major U.S. cities are sinking, threatening the structural integrity of buildings, roads, dams, and other forms of infrastructure. The study was done by Virginia Tech researchers and published in the journal Nature Cities. It used satellite-based radar measurements to visualize movement of the land underneath the nation's most populated cities, which they say is largely due to groundwater extraction. And from sinking to lifting people up, Bill Gates says he will donate 99% of his remaining tech fortune to the Gates Foundation. Today, that would be worth an estimated $107 billion. The donation will be delivered over time and allow the foundation to spend an additional $200 billion over the next 20 years. The Gates Foundation has helped with numerous causes, including global health and education, scientific research, and new technologies. Do you ever try to talk a family member or friend out of their conspiracy theory beliefs? Well, now an AI bot might be able to help with that with a more objective approach. Researchers at 3 universities made and tested an AI chatbot known as DebunkBot. The CBS News confirmed unit talked with Thomas Costello, part of the team that built the bot. He said they found it reduced conspiracy beliefs by an average of 20%.
So someone comes in, they describe their very specific beliefs, and the AI is able to, search across the corpus of information that it has in its training data, identify little bits of facts that are relevant to that person's beliefs, and then show them to them in the form of a logical argument to try to change their mind.
Costello says part of the success is the conversations that feel private and non-judgmental. And he hopes more AI chatbots can be trained to act like DebunkBot and can be included on platforms that contain a lot of misinformation to filter out fact from fiction. Technology, David, it's just, what can't it do these days?
I know, yeah. It's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, it was cool, not in the forecast today. It was just been beautiful.
And I mean, this is the cool day. It's still great outside.
Right.
Wait till you see the forecast for the weekend. Get ready for warm and sunny weather.
Oh, thank you, David. Music to my ears. That's right after the break with your full forecast. And then coming up later, from action adventure and getting ahead in the restaurant business, this week's popcorn picks also brings some heart. Stay tuned. That and much more still to come.